Tonight, the race against time to find a missing American shot down in Iran. The U.S. military intensifying the search to find that service member who went down in a fighter jet. On the ground, Iranian forces also on the hunt with a $60,000 bounty on the line. And President Trump's new threat to Iran if they don't reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Who's battling to contain a fast-moving wildfire in California. Homes evacuated, thousands of acres burned. Why officials are concerned this could be an especially dangerous fire season. It's one of the longest distance television interviews ever. The Artemis astronauts traveling at 2,300 miles an hour, more than halfway to the moon. They talked to our Tom Costello about their record-setting mission and sharing these spectacular photos from deep in space. A heart-stopping moment caught on camera as this plane makes an emergency landing on a highway, touching down safely, avoiding the cars on the road. Blake Lively breaks her silence, speaking out for the first time after that legal setback in her battle against Justin Baldoni. Her message to fans tonight. A potential game changer for parents. Billions of dollars for childcare and how it could help you this tax season. And there's good news tonight about the special celebration for this lunch lady who served up smiles for decades.
This is NBC Nightly News with Jose Diaz-Balart.
Good evening. We begin with that urgent search and rescue mission intensifying tonight as the U.S. military rushes to track down a missing American. This was a scene in a remote area of Iran where Iranian forces are hunting for that service member as well. This all-out search entering a second day after an F-15 fighter jet with 2 American crew members on board was downed. Even though one of them was saved, with the other still missing, the White House is not commenting about the ongoing rescue efforts. Our Ralph Sanchez starts us off tonight.
Tonight, Iranian forces searching valleys and hillsides, hunting for the U.S. airman who's still missing, around 36 hours after their 2-seater F-15 fighter jet was shot down. More wreckage from the plane has been found, the Revolutionary Guard posting what appears to be an ejector seat. But the fate of the aviator remains unknown. And state television has announced a $60,000 bounty for their capture, knowing that an American prisoner of war could be a major bargaining chip, just like U.S. hostages were back in 1979. The other F-15 crew member was rescued alive on Friday. 2 U.S. Blackhawks taking fire during the extraction mission. Troops on board suffered minor injuries, a U.S. official says. Iran's Revolutionary Guard today boasting, "We will achieve full control of our skies and prove the humiliation of the weak enemy to the world." The White House not commenting on the ongoing rescue effort, but President Trump restating his Monday deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, posting, "Time is running out, 48 hours before all hell will rain down on them." Also today, the State Department announcing the arrest of 2 relatives of Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general assassinated in a U.S. drone strike during the first Trump administration. Secretary of State Rubio revoking their green cards, accusing Soleimani's niece of spreading Iranian propaganda, though not providing evidence, while Soleimani's family in Iran denying they're related, and the U.S. racing to recover its missing service member.
And Raf joins us now from Qatar. Raf, Iran is now saying there was a strike near one of its nuclear power plants.
That's right, Jose. They're saying the area around the Bushehr nuclear plant was attacked earlier. 1 person was killed. The UN says there's no sign of any radiation leak, but they are calling for maximum military restraint to avoid a nuclear accident. Jose.
Ralph Sanchez in Doha, Qatar. Thank you. Here at home, there are new questions about how the U.S. will be able to continue to pay for this war. Julie Sirkin is looking into this from the White House. Julie, good evening.
Jose, good evening to you. Republicans are pushing back on the White House's request for a massive defense spending increase. Senator John Curtis of Utah says he won't support more money for the administration's war in Iran until Congress, so far cut out of the escalating conflict, gets a say. But President Trump is also skipping over Congress on the partial government shutdown, ordering DHS to use funds from the One Big Beautiful bill to pay Coast Guard, FEMA, and cybersecurity staff. Remember, TSA workers got the same deal last week. Republican leaders in both chambers, Jose, claim they have an agreement to reopen DHS and deal with ICE and border funding later without Democratic support. But here's the thing. Some of Speaker Johnson's own House members aren't on board. Jose?
Julie Sirkin at the White House, thank you. And don't miss Kristen Welker's big lineup on Meet the Press tomorrow morning, right here on NBC. We're also tracking the fast-moving Springs fire near Los Angeles. Tonight, the flames offering a warning that it could be an early wildfire season following a very dry winter across the West. Morgan Chesky has the latest.
Fiery battles burning through Southern California. East of Los Angeles, the Springs fire scorching more than 4,000 acres after sparking late Friday. Crews working non-stop, sharing it's now 75% contained.
It started at about 5 to 6 acres, and within an hour it was already over 100 acres.
How close were flames to homes?
They were a couple hundred feet from homes.
Amid the flames, hundreds remain under mandatory evacuation orders. With crews battling infamous Santa Ana winds up to 50 miles per hour and a record-breaking heat wave.
It's overwhelming because we can lose everything.
The California firefight coming as severe weather strikes nationwide. Oh my God. This likely tornado touching down in Texas. Intense storms slamming Illinois. And in Oklahoma, heavy rain flooding entire neighborhoods. In Wyoming, this semi-truck crumpled along a snowy highway.
Look at that.
Back in California, the Springs fire isn't the only battlefront. The Crown Fire in L.A. County burned hundreds of acres. New data out this week shows a snow drought across the West now reaching historic levels. Experts say the record warm winter caused the snowpack to melt up to 6 weeks earlier than usual. That leaves vegetation bone dry and ready to burn. A sobering preview of what's expected to be a long and difficult wildfire season.
And Morgan Chesky joins us from the edge of the burn scar in Southern California. Morgan, you mentioned fire crews are making progress. What's the big concern going into tonight?
Yeah, Jose, the big concern remains those Santa Ana winds that tore through this area and left these hillsides absolutely scorched. Fortunately, crews were able to take advantage of this trail and save this entire neighborhood, keeping homes safe that were just feet away from the flames.
Morgan Chesky in Moreno Valley, California. Thank you. Now to the Artemis II moon mission. And tonight, a history-making interview. NBC News speaking to the astronauts on board the Orion space capsule as it hurtles through deep space, already more than halfway to the moon, and sending back breathtaking photos along the way. Here's Tom Costello.
As Orion speeds towards the moon at 2,300 miles per hour, new spectacular images of the target growing in the distance and the majestic blues and greens of home left behind. This afternoon, we talked to Orion's 4 crew members live from deep space.
Hey, Tom, it's great to hear your voice all the way up here, 155,000 nautical miles from Earth.
I'm told this is the farthest interview ever conducted in history, and I'm wondering, how does it feel right now to be in a place that nobody has been since 1972?
Honestly, it is unbelievable that we in 1972, just being up here and seeing how difficult this is and how hard the team is working to see the moon, to see the Earth, and to know that we are between those two celestial bodies, and you can see it when you look out the window. It is truly awe-inspiring up here.
When you look at the moon that you're headed for, and that gets closer and closer, what are your thoughts?
Well, last night we did have our first view of the moon far side, and it was just absolutely spectacular. And something about you senses that is not the moon that I'm used to seeing. And sure enough, we got out our lunar targeting information, and we matched up, and we're like, yeah, that is the dark side.
The astronauts now preparing to photograph the far side of the moon on Monday, portions never before seen by humans. Among the newest photos, Commander Reed Weissman with Earth in the window, and Christina Cook silhouetted as she is outbound to the moon.
We heard a rumor up here that it is actually Saturday back on Earth. We have definitely lost track of the days.
Watching it all from the ground, Mission Control Houston. Roughly 20 controllers working 3 shifts 24/7. And while the technology has changed dramatically over the decades, these are essentially the same positions they were working during Apollo Judd Freeling is the Artemis II flight director.
We're building upon the giants that started it back in the Apollo era.
Tonight, Orion closing in on a history-making rendezvous.
We're explorers at heart as human beings, and we really feel like we're exploring out here, and it brings a lot of excitement. And then, right away, you are humbled. The fact that 4 of us get to be out here just brings you to your knees.
Tom Costello, what a cool experience. Now, when they do get to the far side of the moon on Monday, the crew won't have any communications for about 40 minutes with Earth?
Yeah, that's right. And listen, the astronauts are not worried. Mission Control's not worried. This is all pre-planned. They will lose comms for about 40 minutes or so, but their rocket trajectory is pre-planned and locked in. They will slingshot around the moon, head back to Earth, splashing down on Friday. Jose?
Tom Costello in Houston. Thank you so much, my friend. And now to a remarkable incident caught on camera. A plane forced to make an emergency landing in the middle of an interstate. And incredibly, nobody was hurt. Ryan Chandler with how it all happened.
Dashcam video captures the shocking moment a Pennsylvania highway turns into a runway. First responders rushing to the scene.
Has the airport been notified? Tower.
A small prop plane threading between speeding cars Saturday morning on Interstate 78 outside Allentown, Pennsylvania. An incredible emergency landing, stunning drivers on the road.
Wow. You see this in the news, but you don't see this in real life.
The FAA says 2 people were on board this Rockwell Commander reporting engine issues. State police say the 2 were on their way to the NCAA basketball tournament in Indiana. They may be late to the game, but they're safe and uninjured tonight.
It is pretty remarkable, but fortunately there were no injuries. He did the best he could given the circumstances.
The plane bringing traffic on the interstate's eastbound lanes to a standstill.
Cars have started to try to turn around on the interstate.
Aerial views show a line of vehicles backed as far as the eye can see as first responders worked to tow the plane.
As it got closer, I was like, that plane's really freaking close to me. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was holding my breath the entire time. I was like,
The FAA and state police are now both investigating. Ryan Chandler, NBC News.
Still ahead tonight, the terrifying coyote attack caught on camera. Plus, Blake Lively breaks her silence after a big legal setback. Back now with Pope Leo XIV celebrating his first Easter weekend as Pope. Pope Leo wrapped up his first Easter vigil in his homily, saying that war, injustice, and the isolation of nations break the bond between people. Tomorrow, the Pope will preside over his first ever Easter Mass in St. Peter's Square. Also tonight, this video capturing a terrifying coyote attack in California. Let's take a look at this. The animal knocks down a 4-year-old boy, then bites him. The boy's mom saw it happen and scared the coyote away. Then she rushed in and grabbed her son. The little boy recovering from puncture wounds, but should be okay. And Blake Lively is speaking out after a federal judge dismissed many of the claims in her lawsuit against her former co-star, Justin Baldoni. Lively says she is embracing the chance, quote, to finally tell my story in full at trial. The statement is a response to a federal judge dismissing 10 of her 13 claims against her former co-star from the movie It Ends With Us. We're back in a moment with a potential game changer for parents across the country that could save you money on your tax return. This week, President Trump suggested states should cover daycare costs instead of the federal government. But a rare bipartisan win in Washington has already led to billions in more dollars to help parents cover certain costs. Here's Julie Sirkin.
Thank you. Come on this way.
Most days, India Brown, a single mom, brings her 2 young children to this care center in Alabama.
And knowing that, we have somebody that cares about kids and their well-being, this is a good thing.
What about this one?
It is a good thing for her family. India Brown is able to work because the federal government subsidizes childcare.
And I get to drop my kids off knowing that they're safe, that I can keep them here for a couple of hours, go to work, provide for them.
For the first time in decades, Congress passed $16 billion in new child care spending, signed into law by President Trump. More families can get a bigger tax credit. Working parents can claim up to half of child care costs, depending on income. And businesses are getting bigger subsidies, allowing workers to set aside more pre-tax dollars. And this could make a big dent, because Labor Department data shows American families spend up to 16% of their median income on full daycare just for one child.
The very hungry.
Senator Katie Britt, a mom of two and the youngest Republican woman elected to the Senate, led the effort with Democratic Senator Tim Kaine.
I don't have to ask people what it's like to be raising kids right now. So many of these things are things that I've experienced in my own life.
She met with child care providers and advocates to discuss the impacts.
It enabled a lot of parents to go back to work.
Britt framed the push as an economic issue. It's how she convinced her party to get on board.
The dependability of child care, affordability, accessibility is an impediment to people who want to be in the workforce.
99% of the kids who go to this child care center in Montgomery, Alabama rely on federal subsidies, and without that funding, their parents would have no options.
Lower-income families in at least 5 other states, all run by Democrats, are bracing for potential disruptions after the White House attempted to freeze certain federal child care funding, citing fraud concerns.
What if it just went away? What would you do?
Figure it out.
It would be hard, though, right?
If we didn't have daycare, I don't know. Most parents wouldn't ever be able to survive.
Julie Sirkin, NBC News, Montgomery, Alabama.
Come on, Lottie.
When we come back, there's good news tonight about the special way these kids said thank you to someone who served them for decades. There is good news tonight. So often the good news doesn't get as much attention as the bad. So every Saturday we highlight the many people who spread joy and love. And these are just some of those stories this week.
1, 2, 3.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee, 23-year-old Abby Wilson didn't see this coming. There she is, arriving to a round of applause for her final round of chemo. But her friends and family were already there. Giving her strength when she needed it most.
Just having their support, to know that they're my biggest cheerleaders and that I'm not going through this chemo alone. It was like one of the best feelings ever.
Hi. Hi, guys. Hi.
At Conley Elementary School in New Mexico,
students chose to recognize us, officers, with a special project.
It's the lesson these kids will never forget. Those students showing off their model cruisers to the Las Cruces police officers, who taught them a little something too. And for longtime cafeteria worker Miss Bertina, a celebration made with love. She's been serving up smiles to Chatham Elementary School students and faculty for 30 years. And now, they're celebrating her retirement with this huge surprise.
I was like in a daze, and I even asked my coworker, is this for me? I was humbled, so grateful and blessed to have all those people put something like that together. All the posters, all the kind words, kind wishes.
Her secret ingredient, joy. You must have served literally thousands of breakfasts and lunch and special events. I mean, literally thousands.
It was never hard for me to do my job because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the interaction and the children. I just really has been a privilege for me to be doing this all these years.
Now, Miss Bertina is cooking up a legacy that goes far beyond the kitchen. What is it that has touched so many people?
Whatever you do, if you do it from the heart and with respect and love, everyone's important. It doesn't matter if you're cleaning up something or teaching in the classroom. We all have to work together, and you work together for the better of our students.
Thank you, Ms. Bertina. That's NBC Nightly News for this Saturday. I'm Jose Diaz-Balart. Thank you for the privilege of your time, and good night.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.